Okay boys, so I know what it's like to get low FPS and frame drops on Fortnite, and I get how annoying it can be. I've been on a mission to optimize my PC as much as I possibly can, and I'm going to be sharing those tips with you guys in this video. I'm sure a lot of you guys have watched different FPS boost videos before and didn't really see big differences in your game's performance. Well, I'm going to change that today. The first couple of tips that I'm going to be showing you are crucial to boost your FPS, so make sure you follow every single one of these, and I promise you will see a very good boost in your FPS. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first tip I'm going to be showing you guys is by using an app called Lasso. This has worked wonders for me, and it's probably the best tip that I can give you. Some of you guys may be worried about getting a virus or something, but don't worry about that. This has been out for ages and it's trusted by so many people. So once you download it, it's going to look something like this. The first thing you're going to want to do is go into main, active power profile, and bid some highest performance. Also, make sure you have all three of these enabled: pro balance, smart trim, and performance mode. Then go into options, general, refresh interval GUI, set that to 5 seconds. On default it's set to 1. And then go into refresh interval governor, the one right under this one, and set that to 5 seconds as well. For this next step, you're going to need to have Fortnite turned on in the background, so make sure you do that. Once you do that, scroll down right here until you find Fortnite client Windows 64. And you right click on that and go to CPU priority, current, set that to high. Then go to CPU affinity, current, and make sure all of these are selected. Then go to power profile, set that to bid some highest performance. And lastly, select induce performance mode. That's it from Lasso. These are some really good steps. You're probably going to be able to see a difference just from doing this. Let's move on to the next tips. So the second tip is a Powershell tweak that I found out about yesterday, and I was actually so surprised after using it. Like, my FPS would usually max out at around 350 on creative, but after doing this, it made it go up to like 450 at some point. So to do this, you're going to want to go into your search bar, type in Powershell. It's going to be the first thing that pops up. Now you're going to want to go into my description and copy the text I have there. So it's going to look something like this. You just paste it in here and nothing else, and then click enter, and something like this pops up. You're going to want to go into tweaks, and then all you have to do is under advanced tweaks, you just click run tweaks. In this little panel right here, it's going to say tweaks are finished. This is also going to give you a really nice boost. The third tip is your in-game settings. Now I know a lot of you guys probably have this optimized already, but I'm going to show it anyway for the people that don't. Now make sure you set your window mode to full screen. This is really important. VSync has to be off. Rendering mode, set that to performance. Now 3D resolution, I'd recommend you to set it from like 80 to 85, something like that. I think that's the sweet spot. Keep in mind that the lower you go, the worse your game is going to look. Basically, it just makes your quality really bad, but it depends how low you go. I'd say the max you should go down is like 60, something like that. Now these 4 settings, you should just set these to the lowest they can go. And that's it from the Fortnite settings. Fourth tip is to go into your Epic Games launcher and go into library. Click these 3 dots under Fortnite options and basically just untick everything besides this first one. You don't have to untick some of these if you don't want to, but the main one that you should probably do is high resolution textures. It takes up 15 gigabytes, which is like a lot more than these. I just recommend for you to do every single one. Besides this one, they're not really needed. They just take up a lot of space and slow your PC down. And click apply after you've done that. Now the fifth tip is really simple. Type in game mode in your search bar and just make sure this thing is on. While you're already here, we can move on to the next tip. Click on your graphics right here and then change default graphics settings. Make sure both of these are on. Then you're going to want to go back. And I already have Fortnite right here, but if you can't find it, then search it on the list. Just make sure you find Fortnite and go into these options and set this to high performance. Okay, moving on to the sixth tip. You're going to want to go into your Nvidia control panel. You can either go through your desktop or just type it into the search bar and then manage 3D settings. And you're basically just going to want to copy everything that I have right here. There's too many settings to go over, so I'm just going to scroll down, and if you have to pause the video, then go ahead and copy these. Okay, for the seventh tip, just simply search game bar settings and make sure this is off right here. If you have this on, then it just runs even in the background. Even if you don't turn it on manually, it just runs in the background and it can just slow your game's performance down. Go into the eighth tip. We're going to be turning off hardware acceleration on Google and Discord. So to do this, just go into your browser, then click on these 3 dots on the top right, then go into settings and system and turn this off right here. Now for Discord, all you're going to want to do is go on here, then user settings, and scroll down until you find advanced. and it's right here. Just turn this off. It basically says it right here what hardware acceleration does, but it basically just uses more of your GPU, and even when these apps aren't running, it can still lower your frames. For the next tip, search for storage sense and make sure you turn this one off. And now search for core isolation and turn this one off as well. Sometimes to get your PC running faster, you just need to clean up your disks. So to do that, search for disk cleanup. As you can see, you can select which disks you want to clean up, and it's just best to clean every single one up, to be honest. So yeah, you can just press OK, and it tells you how much space it can clean up. I've recently cleaned mine up, so it's not that much, but if you've never done this, if you've never cleaned up disk space before, then it's probably going to be a lot. Okay, and the last tip I have for you guys is deleting your temp files. If you don't know how to do this, then search run in your search bar. Then something like this opens up. Just type in %temp%. And basically copy everything you have in this folder and delete it. You can press Control A, and just right click and delete. If it says something like this, then do this for all current items and then skip. And yeah, in these folders that are left, you can just leave them. You can't really do anything with them. Well guys, that's going to be all the tips I have for you today. After doing all of these, just make sure to restart your PC and log into Fortnite. Let me know in the comments how much FPS you've gained. And if you found this helpful, then consider dropping a like and subbing. I'm on the road to 400 subs, so hitting that would be insane. I appreciate all of you guys. See you in the next video, and peace.